Hey there.
What's up? We're back.
Back again. I gotta quit doing that.
Why?
Because I did it on our last one. You know, did you listen to our last one?
No.
I did. And at the beginning of it, you know, I was whispering to you and I said, I'll cut this out.
And you never
I never cut it out.
Wow.
So it sounds like, what is it? SMA.
I have no
What is
idea.
that when people like whisper? They go like this into it. And I think it's really weird. They do it on
They
YouTube.
just whisper.
And like make like mouth sounds.
Right.
I completely hate it.
I get
Anyway, so it sounds like that at the beginning for like 10 seconds. So sorry. Sorry about that, guys.
problem.
My bad. And I'm sorry that my kids are slamming doors upstairs
it. Yes.
after we told them to be quiet.
Correct.
But it's fine. Okay, I had to stop recording for a second because I had to yell to be quiet.
Hey!
That's what I did. You're gonna make him yell again
I mean, honestly, I'll stop.
and yell down. Stop! You play too much. So, how was your week?
It was good. I guess it was good, but it was also sad because it was the last week with my students. So that was, we said our last goodbyes until, I guess, final exam. So now I'm in the middle of final exam, next week, and then auditions. So it was sad, the final goodbye, because it's been such a successful year of everything. So it's been good.
You smiling at me like we're on an interview. If y'all could see him right now, we really need to start recording these so that they can be like on a YouTube channel because it's funny. If you could, no, you were smiling at me like I'm an interviewer.
Oh, oops.
And like,
well, you did ask a question, so
I did, but it was like I'm on not Fox, CNN. I'm on CNN or MSNBC or a news channel. Wish.
You just started digging yourself.
I don't care. I ain't into that.
Me either. But anyway, yeah.
I'm just saying the ones I know of to be a broadcaster. You know what my news is?
What?
My favorite news channel?
YouTube?
The Weather Channel.
It really is.
I know.
I mean, everywhere what's the weather going to be like, Jeff?
I watch it. But I tell you what, Jim Cantore comes to town. Deuces.
Everyone leaves.
We out.
Jim Cantore, we moving. Bye, y'all.
Like, bye. Love you, mean it. See you on the flip side if it's here.
But that did happen. Jim came to Orlando and we were in the car headed to Tennessee.
Correct.
No, Jim is here.
Jim is here.
We out.
Well, we are leaving. Yeah, in October. So for y'all that didn't know, my daughter got really sick in October and was in the hospital for like a week with like mega lung issues. The day that they let her out of the hospital, the following day, a big hurricane was scheduled to hit. So she was on like breathing treatments and machines. We couldn't afford to lose power. And the neighborhood that we live in has one, an electric gate, but two, there's like one way in, one way out, really. Mm-hmm. And if trees fell, what if we had to get her to the hospital? We didn't know what to do. So we went to my mommy's house.
We checked with Jim Cantore, and then we said, let's go.
It's time to get out of here.
Bye.
It was something. So did you have any concerts this week? No.
No, the previous week I had 6 concerts in 6 days.
Yeah.
And that was just a lot.
And I've been sick, so I ain't been to nothing with you.
I'm sad.
We're letting my immune system heal.
Yeah, you got to get it up.
My immune system's been rather low from my little autoimmune issues. Mm-hmm. So, been laying low, but I feel a whole lot better now.
Yeah, I think you're on the mend.
I do too. I look a lot better, don't I?
Yeah, absolutely.
My color got pigment rather than gray.
Because before I said, ooh, I felt so bad for you.
You said that you were worried this time.
Yeah, this time I was worried. But I couldn't necessarily show you that. But I was worried.
Well, then it worried me when you told me it was worried when I was better.
Yeah.
It's a lot.
You used to talk about it when it's over, not in the midst of it. Oh, you look bad. I'm worried. No, I'm not doing that. Oh. Let me get you. Yeah, that one scared me. This time I said, oh, my goodness.
I was sick, man. But I'm doing good now. And I don't really have a whole lot to say about what I've been doing because I've been home. Yeah. That's all. But I wanted to tell you a few things that I found. One, something I found out this week and I thought it was funny and I saved it to ask you on the air.
No.
Well, it's just something I didn't know.
Okay.
I'm going to give you a real stat. It's a relationship stat.
Okay.
But at first I was like, no way. And then I was like, completely. I'm probably that person too. 63% of people admit that they have stayed in a relationship longer than they should have just because they didn't want to move their stuff out.
No, that's not me.
No, think about it. Think about it. I really want you to think about it because I said no at first and then I was like, but when you're thinking about having to pack everything and put everything up, you can easily like go to Taco Bell and get something and forget about it. Get a coffee at the Starbucks and think I'll deal with it tomorrow.
I disagree with you. That is not me at all.
I think that could be you.
Well,
I think it could be me because the whole idea of us moving right now. I want to move, when time comes and buy a house, but the packing makes me want to run into traffic.
Well, not me, just because I just pay somebody to do it. Not the packing part, but the moving on up, whatever.
No, the packing gets me.
Yeah, okay.
Because then you have to go through and then you have to pick what you want and what you don't want. And then you're going to get to a point to where you say, screw it. I'm taking it all because I don't want to go through it anymore. Or you're going to trash it all. I've done both. And then I end up trashing things that I should have kept or keeping things. And then you just move trash to your new house.
I just don't go through any of that.
When I moved into this house with me and the kids, it was, I think Tark was like 17. Bella would have been like 12 or 13, and Jacoby was little. And then me. And the volume of stuff that I brought into this house was crazy that I should have thrown away because I got overwhelmed. I never want to do it again.
I can see that, yeah.
But it kind of, like, I give that the same energy, like moving, as the same energy that I have about Joann's going out of business.
Let me tell you about Joann's.
I'm really sad about it.
So she's really sad about it, but not only that, she had me take her to Joann's this weekend. And it's a going out of sale business. Sale, everything is for sale. She actually,
liquidation.
Yeah, that word. She actually filled out a form to get some of the equipment. They're going to sell it because everything must go. She wanted a Joann's basket.
A handcart, if you will.
They called her the other day to come pick it up, and she paid $7.50. Yes, for a basket. Beyond me.
Yes, I did fill out the form because I wanted the basket. And I want it because, one, it's a memento of my time at Joann's. Although I am a recent crocheter, I have been a crafter since I was knee-high to a grasshopper. I am a crafting queen.
Yeah.
And I've spent many a time and many a dollar at Joann. Joann took when they said they was going out of business, they used to take my coupons and now they took my joy.
I absolutely cannot relate to this. But, I don't have to relate to it. As long as you're happy, okay, good.
But we've been going getting some yarn.
Yes, we have.
Because I'm going to yarn my little heart's content.
Looking like somebody's mama.
Grandmama.
Grandmama, honestly.
I am somebody's mama.
We know this. But, like, knitting and everything. So, oh, Lord.
Crocheting.
Yeah.
I don't knit.
She crochets. She does not knit.
I don't. I don't know how. But I will.
Bella knits.
Bella knits.
Yes.
I crochet. I think she just started knitting for spite because she just didn't want to do the same thing I was doing.
I can see that.
Me too. But there was something else that I wanted to talk about. Speaking of businesses.
Okay.
Let's talk about bad business.
Okay.
Where did you go? You went for breakfast this Sunday before Easter service.
Oh, no. Okay.
I won't say the name. It don't matter because people don't know. What happened, Jeff?
First of all, she put me on the spot. I did not know.
I know.
Because I don't do this stuff at all. Went to a business for breakfast after sunrise service. And let's just say the service was not efficient. I'll say that.
So if y'all don't know what Jeff looks like, he's tall. He's muscular. He's lean. There's nothing about him that's chubby. Like, his arms are cut for no reason. Like, and I'm blessed. Thank you, Lord, for the way that you've blessed me with his appearance. But I'm grateful you're pretty. I am. But that being said, there's nothing about him that's fat. Nothing. Not a thing. He ordered his food, and the air quote waitress, what did she do, Jeff?
I ordered some food, and the waiter said, oink, oink.
Waitress. It was a woman. And she oinked at him. And then, which I cannot imagine. And she wasn't, like, Jeff called me heated. And the people that he was with were also heated on his behalf. Like, the people with church that he was with were heated on his behalf. It shocks me that at this day and age, first of all, let's say that you were on my 1,000-pound life. Mm-hmm. No one has a right to oink at you or judge your food or judge what you eat, except you and the Lord. It's between the two. Mm-hmm. Like, that's the only people that can judge me is the Lord. But also, like, the whole thing blows my mind. I don't know if it was just a woman that's a hag. I don't know if she's a racist. Come to find out, she's the manager, which blows my mind. Then we go, because I'm like, I'm going to get her. I'm going to get her good, because now you mess with my husband. If you mess with my husband, you mess with me. And we going to fight about it. So Jeff don't leave Google reviews. Jeff is a peacemaker. He don't argue. He don't. It drives me crazy. But I do. I'll argue. And so I went to Google reviews to leave them the 1-star review and tell, like, she tried to body shame a not heavy person. And even if he was heavy, you don't do that anyway.
You don't do that, people.
Like, that's just rude. Don't judge somebody else's body. Rude. Mm-hmm. Anyhow. But so I go to leave a 1-star review. And how many 1-stars review were there, Jeffrey?
I don't know. You tell me, because
there was a lot.
You told me it was a lot.
And they all said that this woman was mean. I just don't understand how a place like that is still in business.
Well, to each his own. The thing about it is it's an option that I have. The option is, do what you did, okay, or never return. And I choose to never return. I can be kind and smile and hello, so on and so forth. But, yeah, you won't see me darken your door. Yeah, and I still smile at you and speak. How you doing?
Listen, we different, because I want to leave you a bad review. If you go, like, and this is what I won't leave a bad review for. Let me know what y'all think. I won't leave, like, I've been to places and I've had bad service because they're busy and, like, maybe the waitress was overwhelmed. I don't leave a bad review for that. I don't leave a good review. I don't leave one. I just go and live my life.
Right.
But the only time I think I have ever left a bad review is because of neglect or rudeness. Like talking down to like that. Mm-hmm.
The only thing that crossed my mind, well, a few things crossed my mind, but later I thought, so what happened in your life at what point for you to make a decision to be that way and then it be okay? It's like, and how sad.
But then think of it this way. People like me, I have struggled with my weight my whole life. Mm-hmm. Where if I ate what I wanted to, I would be heavy. Mm-hmm. I really have to watch, especially with autoimmune issues. You have to really watch what I eat. And I have to, there ain't no white sugar. There ain't no white flour. Mm-hmm. Nothing like that can I have. And I can gain weight and I can gain 5 pounds in 5 minutes. It's a struggles that I have. If somebody oinked at me, it would hurt my feelings so bad.
Yeah.
Like, it would send me in a downward spiral.
It didn't hurt I was shocked. But she said, hey, I was just joking. This is how I joke with people. And, okay.
That's not how you joke with people.
That's okay.
You don't oink at people. Bizarre.
It was like, okay.
And then and that was a pretty thing too. Then she saw his phone lit up and he's got a picture of me and him from our wedding on his like home screen or whatever. And then she said to him after the people with him had kind of stood up for him because he never said nothing about it. She then looked at him and said, "My husband is black." And what was your response?
I'm not gonna say.
No, did you say anything to her?
But she said the only difference between he and I is that me and him is that he's bald. What? I mean, how do you respond to that? I didn't respond because I was dumbfounded by the comment. It was one of those things in which what's the best. One of the things I've learned, and I constantly remind myself, is that people see the reaction. They don't oftentimes see the action that caused it. And oftentimes you're judged by the reaction. So at that point in time, it was more so of, how can I best do this? I looked at everybody at the table and I just went to a different restaurant and got my food. I said, because I said, she apologized to me and all that stuff right here. But at this point in time, let me just leave. So I looked at everybody and said, hey guys, I'll leave. And, and I left. They can do the fighting. But I realized at this point in time, at this age, in this stage of my life, this kind of stuff is still happening. Yeah, no, when I can just go somewhere else. It was easier for me just to go somewhere else than to flip out. Because if I would have flipped out, people would have remembered me flipping out.
I wonder if that'll happen when I get your age, if I'll feel that way, because I don't.
Whoa, Nelly.
I want to flip tables, not flip out.
Oh, Father.
But when people like that make me mad, and when I get bad service, I don't know. I think I've tried to be less confrontational in my older years.
You have gotten a lot better.
So I stay home. No, I'm kidding. But I try to keep my confrontation one-on-one now. Like have private conversations. Mm-hmm. Like if I'm mad at a restaurant, I used to, would cause a scene. Mm-hmm. I try not to do that anymore. Like I will go say to the side, you know what I mean? Like not at the table, get up, ask to speak to a manager to the side, that kind of thing. I don't like to be confrontational. I also don't let things go, though, if I think it's wrong. Correct. It's almost like it's a moral code that I have within me that if I would not want it for my business, I'm going to let another person know. And I respect it when people tell me of things that I can work on and improve on.
When it comes to my students, I'm more that way because for me, I want to talk to them about, hey, be careful of these things in the real world. Because I've gone through them, because, and because I've experienced these things, and mistakes that I've made or things that have come at me, be careful. So I tried my best to take what I've gone through to pass on to my students, be it some people call it a testimony, people call it an inspiring story. So anytime I sit down and talk to my students, it ain't because I just thought about it. It's because, listen, I've gone through this. And eventually, it'll bite you if you're not careful. Eventually. And so it's like, so it's just try to be the best version of yourself. Not saying you're not going to make mistakes because we all make mistakes. All of us, and so I'm definitely not saying that. But at the same time, but when you can take your mistakes and turn it into a testimony for someone, it inspires the next person to try to be better. And it doesn't mean that you're not going to make more mistakes. It's just saying that let me own it and let me grow from it and apologize if I need to or move forward. In this situation, it was that I was more shocked that it happened. I was more stunned. And then at that point, I had a decision to make. And being in the position that I am in, there are certain things I can't respond to the way I would want to respond to because of the platform that I do have. I have to be aware of all that at all times. And sometimes it can be hard because you just kind of want to respond like, what is your problem? And just go off or flip a tape, as you say. But you have to understand that you can't always do that. And so it's very interesting. It's the inner turmoil you go through, and you just got to keep your mouth shut, smile, defend yourself when you need to, but there's even a way to defend, and sometimes you can defend through silence. Just shut your mouth and walk off.
And if that don't work, you can crack a skull.
I can't. Oh my gosh, she's terrible. But she don't mean that. I think she made. No, but
she does mean it. Well, no, I don't really mean it. Like,
yeah.
Listen, I can hear that. Kristie said that we should crack skulls.
No.
I kind of do mean it. Like at times, sometimes you just need to knock somebody's teeth in and fold their teeth back and to shut up. Sometimes you do. Like I felt like the waitress should have got her punched in the mouth. I do.
That's not me.
Well, no, because it's.
I would never do it.
No, I would not want you to. I'm not saying that you should do it. Uh-huh. I'm saying though, as far as and I'm not one that necessarily condones violence, but obviously she has been corrected of this at least 20 times that we can see in a Google review in the past 6 months.
But the thing about it.
So maybe someone should have folded her teeth in.
No, this is why I disagree with you. No, violence is not the answer. But I will tell you this right here is if you got 20 or so reviews. Let's say that, and everyone is saying the same thing, or a lot of people are saying the same thing, and the behavior has not changed. That's all the information that you need to know. You ain't going to be the one to change it. When you can just walk away and take your business to someone else. Because guess what? Someone else, 20 people can come in and say they were terrible. One person can say, I love it, and that person will focus on the one that said they loved it and ignore the 20 people that said they sucked. And that's an unfortunate part of life. That's okay. I get to decide where I take my business. And that's enough for me.
I mean, I get it.
You just disagree.
And
I respect that.
Well, and I mean, it's not like I go through and punch people in the face. I haven't done that for years. But, I'm a grown woman now. I'm a married lady. We don't go out swinging, so I stay home. No. But, no, I do think that it's a thing that sometimes... Okay, there's been another situation in my life where I've had to make a decision. Do I tell a person where they were wrong? And I chose to do it. And I chose to tell them how I feel. I wrote it out. But I was wronged. I could have just sat and said nothing about it and let it go. But I actually care about the person too, though. And I felt like it's important that I'm heard. And that at least I know I'm not going to sit for the next 5 years being fake, saying everything's fine and it not being fine in my head because I still have unresolved issues. Now, everything that I feel, I put out. I told them I'll be praying for them. Like I was hurt bad by behaviors, and I hope that they see my point and learn from it. And I'm proud of myself for doing that. I don't know what the reaction will be. It could be vitriol. It could be, but I know everything that I said was true. I know everything that I said was from the heart. And I know that everything I said needed to be said. And that makes me feel good. And I really believe that and now listen, this has been a month in the making. So I have done a lot of praying while I wrote this. There was a lot I deleted that was just me being me. And I took it out because that's not the way I want to be. So I do think it's important to have conversations that might be uncomfortable if you can do it with a level head. Took me a month for my head to be level. Right? So maybe that's why I shouldn't go. That's why I should stay home. I shouldn't go places because I might punch a waitress in the face. Joking, but not kind of. But if you can, I don't see a problem confronting people if you can do it factually and calmly. Right? But I want to go to one other thing real quick that I wanted your opinion on. That you don't know that I'm talking about either. I
mean, this podcast has been Jeff don't know.
I know. I think it's better that way. I like to catch you on the fly.
I'm seeing.
So
I'm noticing that.
But we have talked about this, so you'll
Okay.
kind of know. So my son's getting married in less than a month. And I needed to get a dress for the wedding because I have lost like 30 pounds in 2 months because I've been sick and nothing I have fits. So me and my daughter go to the store the other day and try on clothes because I don't even know what size I am to like order anymore. And it was a nightmare. I hated it. And I didn't really feel like doing it that day anyway. So I haven't got anything yet. But let me ask you this. And speaking of like Joann's closing.
Okay.
I went and looked at Macy's for a second. Just 1 second that day because I had already went in one store. But Macy's is where Bed Bath & Beyond used to be.
Okay.
It seems like everything now. It's like Joann's was a big store. Bed Bath & Beyond was a big store. Big Lots just closed.
All of them?
Party City.
Really?
Yeah. Party City. Those closed.
Okay.
Do you think that soon it's going to be a majority, everything being online shopping? Or do you think that freestanding stores are still going to be?
I think it's going to be both. I don't know any research to intellectually speak to it, but if I'm just thinking out with my feelings, I think it would be both. I can see where both are beneficial in terms of people like to get out. Everyone don't like to stay inside to shop, even though Amazon and all that kind of good stuff is great because you can just do it from anywhere, But also there's something to be said about being outside in nature. You go back to COVID when we were forced inside. Do you want to shop and can't never go outside?
Right.
So it's like, based off of just what I think it'll be both.
Yeah, I miss the good old malls. Like the mall in Kingsport where I'm from, it's like got a sports store. I don't even know if it still has JCPenney or not.
I agree with you. I miss the inside malls. And it's so funny when I travel, I like going to other malls in different cities just to see what they look like. I do.
We went to one. Was it in London? Yes, because we went to Primark in London.
Yes, yep.
Now, London, those dudes still have malls.
And they are gorgeous.
Like, it was beautiful. Like, and I remember, like, Black Fridays. We used to get up and go to the mall, and it was packed. And, like, I went to Ulta. This wasn't that long ago, like 2016, 2017, standing in line at Ulta to get, like, an advent calendar for me and Bella, like, on a Black Friday.
Right.
And that was so fun and so exciting. And now it's just, like, all of that is gone. Like, the shopping fun is gone. And I don't know if it's because since COVID where everything became more convenient. But, like, with clothes, I have to try things on.
Yeah.
And I've ordered stuff like off of the internet before and like clothing. And I can't say that I'm ever like beyond like a t-shirt, like Halara. I have ordered stuff from there because I know what size fits me. But that's normally because like I have tried on a friend's something.
Yeah.
And then been able to try it on.
Yeah.
But it's like, I feel like now I've Amazon Primed like my entire personality. But like for real, like my snacks, my coping mechanisms, my books, my clothes, my shoes, everything. I order my groceries from Walmart or Kroger. I don't even go to the grocery store.
I'm old school, and I will go to the grocery store. I don't like people picking my groceries and delivering them to me. I like to pick my own stuff. That's
well, like you really kind of grocery shop for the house, and I get like when I do Walmart, I get like Jacoby snacks and like all the processed food that I can't eat that I order for the kids.
And I get all my organic stuff.
Well, you cook that for both of us.
Yeah, exactly.
And like, well, you cook for the kids too. I don't mean it like that, but
yeah, but it'll be organic stuff though.
Oh, and because I forgot to say it before, everyone, my beautiful daughter turned 22 this past week.
Yes, she did.
And I love her so much and proud of her. And she's a whole lot healthier than she was like 4 months ago, although we wasn't podcasting because there's a lot going on. But I'm proud of her and wanted to tell her a little personal happy birthday to my sweet girl. And we went to Bonefish for dinner for her birthday. And happy Easter, y'all. Forgot to tell you that.
Yes, happy Easter.
Hope that it was a wonderful day and you enjoyed the time with your friends and family. And beyond that, I don't have anything else to say.
Well, we'll see. Well, thank you guys for joining us, and we'll see you next week on What are we now?
I don't know.
Reese
We'll just still say this. Well,
Red and Green
the podcast.
podcast.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.